Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Sade. Thank y'all for joining me for our astrology talk. For today's talk, we are diving into what it means when you have your sun in the sign of Libra. Now, if you do not know what the sun sign means in astrology as opposed to your moon and your rising, please go ahead to my channel, Hidden Alchemy, where you can find tons of videos on astrological terms and such things, especially where I dive down and dissect the difference between the sun, the moon, and the rising in your chart. But for the sake of this video, let's go ahead and dive into what it means when you have your sun in the sign of Libra. Now, Libra is the seventh sign in the zodiac. And once we get to the sign of Libra, we are moving away from focusing on self and focusing on others. So, all the way from Libra throughout Pisces is how we focus on our relationship with the external world and how we are in relation to people, places, and things. And Libra is the starting out sign for that new transition. And you can really start to feel that transition towards the end of Virgo, but Libra is the initiator, since it's cardinal, of moving into more of a partnership type of understanding of self. Now, Libra is a masculine sign. It's the opposite sign of Aries. So, Aries is the I am. Libra is focused on the we are, right? What do I bring to the table in terms of my partnerships and how I understand myself in terms of partnerships? On top of that, Libra is also cardinal. So cardinal signs are the initiator of change. And whenever we're dealing with the cardinal signs, we have Aries, we have Cancer, we have Libra, we have Capricorn. These are all the initiators of how we move into the new seasons and transitions into new seasons within our life. So let's go ahead and dissect Libra. Now, if your sun is in Libra, your sun is your personality, it's your ego, it's one aspect of your astrological chart. It is not everything. So, if your sun is in the sign of Libra, you are this person that views your self worth based off of your partnerships. Now, the sun prefers to be in the sign of Aries because the sun is exalted in Aries and it's exalted when it's in the first house. So, when you have the sun in the sign of Libra, it is debilitated, but just because something is debilitated doesn't mean that it's cursed or it's bad. It's just that the sun has to work a little bit harder for its ego to shine. Sun is all about the self, the me, how I shine based off of my own personal power. When you put the sun in Libra, Libra gets its personal power through its partnerships. Libra cares about being in relation with others. They literally see themselves based off of how they are in relation to other people. And that's why people who have strong Libran energy, or if you have your sun in Libra, these are folks who love, love, love being in partnerships. I swear, no one loves being in partnerships more than Libra. And I would also say Leo, but definitely Libra, because Libra literally, the ego understands itself through the other, because that is what Libra signifies. Because Libra is ruled by Venus, Venus is the planet of beauty. It's also the planet of partnership. It's the planet of how we are in relation to people, places, and things. And it's really the planet of fairness. Librans bring a lot of balance and fairness as well as equality into wherever they are. And I feel like when we think about Virgo, people think Virgo brings that balance and that always striving for perfection. But it's really Libra. Libra cares a lot about making sure that multiple sides are seen, that both parties are seen, and things are being handled fair. Now, something that people can really misconstrue with Libran energy is because Libras care so much, or because they appear. That's another thing. Venus is about appearance. Libras can really appear a type of way. They are the charismatic people in the zodiac. And because they can appear as if they're always trying to strive for what's best for both parties, a lot of times people think that Librans can be very aloof and that they really don't have a goal or an understanding of what they want. And it's not that specifically, because if you think about, Libra is the opposite sign of Aries. And Aries, just because two signs are on opposing ends doesn't mean that they don't have the same goals. No, they have the same goals. They just go about it differently. Aries is going to go about achieving their goals by being direct, by being intentional, and by being assertive and sometimes combative and problematic. Librans care about how they appear. Remember, it's ruled by Venus. And they always want to appear in the greatest light. They want to appear harmonious. They want to appear perfect. And they want to appear aesthetically pleasing. So just because Libras like to appear aesthetically pleasing, appear balanced, doesn't mean that they don't have their end goal. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand about Libran energy is these folks are very smart. Air signs, Libra is an air element. They're very intellectual, and that's Gemini, Libra, as well as Aquarius. Those are all signs that are ruled by the air element. Air rules your intellect. Librans are very smart. That's why they make beautiful lawyers, because they understand how to be fair. And they just understand, though, that in order to get to the end goal, I have to use other people. And when you think about Libra being ruled by Venus, Venus is all about what you value. Librans are not going to keep people, places, or things around them that do not bring value. And that is something I really love and admire about Libra as they mature into their Libran energy, is that they are of value. And they like to have people, places, and things around them that also bring them value and that help to propel them forward. Because Libra is ruled by Venus and it's an air sign, they love to socialize and they love to be the social butterflies. But don't get it twisted, they are social climbers. So they're going to have the people, places, and things around them that are going to help them to move up and forward on their social journey, because this is a very big social sign. And that's something that a lot of people don't notice about Libra, because they have this charismatic appearance. These are people who are so elegant and so graceful. I love Libran and Taurus because it's ruled by Venus. These types of energies, they can really move a room through the way that they walk, the way that they put pieces of clothing together, the way that they put colors together. Libras are definitely the aesthetic kings and queens of the zodiac, as well as Taurus, because they're both ruled by Venus. And because these folks can appear so graceful and so charming, knowing the right words, knowing how to make people feel good, it's their way of masking sometimes what their true intentions are. And this is what can make Librans appear sometimes a bit shallow, because they know that they have this gift of charisma, they have this gift of beauty, and they can use this to their betterment to get to the end goal of what they really want, because Librans are very smart and very intellectual people. Now, because Librans care so much about their relationships, when this sign is in its immature stage, Librans can sometimes pick the wrong partners because they're so concerned about how they are in partnership and how other people can show them who they are. These folks have a hard time looking in the mirror and actually seeing themselves by themselves, because they rule partnership. And when this energy is in its immature stage, they can really pick the wrong partners that don't really help them boost their self-esteem. Both Libra and Taurus, because they're ruled by Venus, it takes time for these folks to learn true self-worth, true self-value that isn't based off of other people. However, once these folks mature that Libran energy and can really see the value in themselves without having to always be around other people, these are people that pick the right people that can help them get to the top. And I think a perfect example of this is Kim Kardashian, who is a Libra, who is truly a Libra, the aesthetic queen. Whether you like her or not, she knows how to get people's attention to look at her, and she knows how to climb her way to the top based off of the people that she surrounds herself with, the people that she's in relationships with, the people that she marries, even her friends. Remember, Kim started out with Paris Hilton, being Paris Hilton's assistant, and was able to use that to climb the ladder. So don't ever get it twisted. Librans know what they're doing. It just takes them some time to find their self-worth and to find their value. And I would say that this is something that they need to really work on, because the gift that they offer the collective is their ability to bring balance, bring harmony, and also bring artistic expression and creativity wherever they go. And because they know how to bring this balance and harmony, they really do a good job at making everyone feel seen, which is not easy, especially for their opposite sign, Aries. Aries wants to assert themselves through the self and through personal power, whereas Libra cares a lot about, okay, how can we see multiple sides to the situation and get to our end goal that can bring fairness and that can bring ease, as well as peace. Venus is really the planet of harmony, peace, and balance. Now, another thing Librans can work on, because Libra cares so much about how they appear, a lot of times these folks will not really say truly how they feel. And this is something that when Libra is in its immature stages, they really have a hard time understanding who they really are and how they truly feel about things. And because they value balance and harmony, they might not want to ruffle any feathers by speaking up. So these folks have a hard time dealing with conflict and confrontation, which can sometimes make them come across as passive aggressive because they don't know how to deal with the situation head on. And when you think about their opposite sign, Aries, Aries is going to deal with the situation head on. Libra is going to try to avoid it, which can come across as passive aggression. These are the folks that can really kill people with kindness because they have this charisma, because they know the right words, they know what to say, they know how to make people feel good, right? Sometimes you really don't know how they truly feel about you. Okay, unless you kind of watch how they act and their actions towards you, you really won't know how a Libra truly feels about you. Now, one thing about a Libra, Libras are going to know the gossip because these are people who really care about understanding the other. They really like to pry into people's business, people's relationships, and they are truly the gossip kings and queens. I always love to say, if you want to know the tea, you better go to a Libra or a Gemini because they're the ones that pay attention to the conversations, the details, and they're going to know what's going on. Even if people try to hide it, they're going to be able to pick up on things. And because these folks are the aesthetic kings and queens of the zodiac, they love to be in social gatherings. So these are people who are always going to be very aware of what's hot, what's popular, who's not hot, who's not popular, and always going to want to surround themselves around those types of people. So this is why Librans can really be very popular in their friend group because they are the social butterflies, they are the social climbers, and they are very aware of what's hot, what's going on around them, and they want to have fun with others and have fun with other people that they might not know and fun with people that they do know. Libra is all about having a good time, expressing themselves creatively, and bringing fairness, harmony, and ease to their relationships. All right, y'all, that is all we have for the sun in the sign of Libra. Let me know if your sun is in the sign of Libra and if this resonates with you, and I will see you for our next video.